Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to series 4 of HERversations. Thank you so much for tuning in. The last few weeks have been amazing. Lady Nakia Wright killed it on kicking it off. Charmonique killed it. Hey Charmy, hey Marcy, hi sister. And Marcy killed it yesterday. I'm not sure how to come back after those 3, but hey, I'm gonna try my best. But yeah, I've never gone live before, so this is an experience. Well, all right, happy Monday. My name is Hadassa Dubuche, and welcome again to series 4 of HERversations, A Woman's Voice Matter, this great platform where we're sharing our story, her story. So today's topic is it's pretty simple, but I guess it more so serves as a reminder of where to put our attention, especially during this pandemic, and just what to look forward to outside of the pandemic. Just, I guess, to keep you excited that there is a next, that there is an after this, right? And to really put your focus into what's important and what really matters. So I'm asking this question because it has everything to do with me. So the other day, I walk past my vision board every day. As soon as I walk through the door, it's hanging there, but I walked past it and it dawned on me. I said, how many items have I actually completed off of my 2020 vision board? So I'm asking you the same question. What goals have you actually knocked off of your to-do list or your 2020 vision board? It wasn't too long ago that we were doing a vision board with the Gathering of Ladies in October, but how many can say that they've actually started on those goals or completed a task off of those assignments, right? And the reality is you may have tossed it to the side, assuming that, hey, 2020 has come with so many unexpected curveballs or surprises that didn't even I am sorry, pause. I can't go live on YouTube for some reason, but I did press record. It won't let me go live. Let me try to stop it and start it again. Give me 1 second. Excuse my technical difficulties. Sorry guys, sorry. Okay. Intermission, hold on. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me go. Uh-oh. My apologies for the issues I'm having here. So sorry, guys. I tested everything out, but it doesn't seem to want to be working for me. Yes, intermission. Oh, I hope I'm not taking up your time of trying to get me situated. Lord have mercy. Okay, let's try again. Go live. It is not working for me. Darn it. All right, well, I'm sorry guys, I tried, but I am going to record it and hopefully we can upload it afterwards, because I don't want to take up too much of your Monday afternoon. But yeah, talking about our 2020 focus and our vision boards and the stuff that we passed by, and how many items have we actually completed off of the vision board, right? And if you're like me, you passed by it a couple of times and you realize almost nothing has been touched, maybe 1 or 2 items, right? Had a theme going for 2020 and everything, but it looks like life has made it so that we have to reinvent our theme spur of the moment, right? But it's okay. The point is to keep your focus, right? So have you let the new norms of having to be, for those of us who are still practicing social distancing or staying home, or whether you have to go in to an office or anything, have you let the new norms become a distraction to you in a way? And the distractions aren't always like outside noises. It's not always like the binge watching of Netflix shows and movies, or keeping up with celebrity gossip, or if you're stalking the rise of COVID cases, things like that. Sometimes distractions are really the inability to keep still, even just for a minute, to really process what really matters right now. It's really what you're feeding your mind. What has your attention right now? What have you been focusing on? Because that's going to determine how you make it out of, not just out of COVID, but how you'll define your 2020, right? What have you been feeding yourself? Is it enough to sustain you afterwards? Is it going to keep you after COVID, or is it going to carry you throughout the rest of the years? Your vision board was just as important the minute you plastered, whether it was a magazine word or whatever. It still holds significance even now, although the plans may have kind of changed in a sense, right? You can't let I guess this moment still your opportunity to explore and still be creative, because it's so easy to be distracted right now. Even in your moments of solitude, it's very easy to be distracted, because it all depends on what you're feeding your intellect. What are you entertaining? What conversations are you having? So yes, so like I said, life has caught us all off guard, where now we're having to either recreate our theme for 2020, or just having to create new plans, or being extra creative with our plans, if that. And if your vision board had plans to do something where you actually have to maybe host an event or whatever, your plans was still just as big, and it was still great the moment you thought of it, but now it's an opportunity to think even bigger, right? So I'll use myself as an example, and I keep going back to this vision board because it really did catch me. This vision board really did catch me when I had all these things on my board that I wanted to do for 2020, right? And one of them in particular, I was like, oh yeah, I can't do it because I have to wait till COVID is over or whatever. But the reality is, it wasn't that I have to wait until COVID is over. It was just a matter of being more creative about it, right? Creative about the approach. And the reality is, once I touched it, or just even did a little bit to it or whatever, whether it was it was just simple as sending an email, right? And the opportunity that opened itself was so amazing. And that goes to say that the opportunities are still out there. So don't lose track of what it is that you have set your mind to do, or what you have planned to do, because opportunity is still very much present. And part of the worry was more so like, okay, well, who's gonna want to invest in this right now? Everybody's locked in. No one's, some people spending money, some people aren't spending money, but you can't put everybody in that category, assuming that no one's gonna want to invest in your dream or your reality. You didn't even give them a try, right? So it's not, your opportunities are not canceled. And it's really a matter of changing your perspective and changing your focus into realizing that there are still great things out there for you to grab hold of, right? So although this year has caught us off guard, don't stay off guard, right? So pick up the pieces of where it feels like you might be stuck or may not have the answers to. Pick up the pieces, tweak it a little bit. It might just need a little bit of tweaking. Maybe it just needs to be a lot bigger than what you could imagine, right? So let's start with that. So don't cancel 2020 just because it came unexpectedly with surprises you didn't ask for. Just get more creative, right? So we already talked about what the distractions are. Ways to stay focused. So like I said, opportunities are still very much present. And so is the ability to create and the ability to think out loud. It's a great space to test things out. Marcy said something so good last week when she was talking about daydreaming. And a lot of times people say daydreaming or it's equivalent to like lollygagging, you're not doing anything, whatever, but that's not true. Daydreaming gives you the opportunity to let your mind just be free, let your mind be creative, and you'll be surprised what comes out of your mind when you just unlock the door of your imagination and let it roam free. Because the reality is a lot of the greatest inventions has come just from free thinking or just thinking out loud. Who are your close buddies right now? Can they help you in, just thinking out loud or whatever it is? Let your mind breathe a little bit and daydream. Think about what you want to focus on, as long, making sure that it's something that's going to sustain you in the long run, right? And another way to stay focused is again, just dreaming out loud. And if that means, going back to school, if, your goals for 2020 was, wanting to go to your college, because I do talk to the millennial audience, but this message, I guess, applies to anybody's age range or any group, really. And for those who are, if it's going to school, the reality is you can, your focus can be on the simple fact that, well, what study habits will I implement in the coming school year? Don't shut your mind off just because it looks funny, just because things right now look funny. And it's crucial that you keep your focus because one, it's just not the end. It's not the end. It might feel like it, and quite honestly, with watching the news all the time, it might even look like it, but it's not. You haven't released all that's within you, so it's not the end for you yet. Keep your focus. Stay grounded in what it is that you've had in your heart to do with your desires. There's still so much to discover. And the reality is you waste valuable time when you're entertaining all of your distractions, right? Distractions, in a nutshell, it steals your time. It steals your opportunity to create. It steals your time to build. It steals creativity. It's a thief. Distractions. So don't feed into what it feels. Don't feed into what's not keeping you, right? And the last point, I believe, don't suppress greatness with your distractions, right? And like I said, the inability to keep quiet sometimes is our biggest distraction, right? So focus on the purpose, focus on what has been driving you, focus on everything that's been put on your vision board, and let that be the thing that carries you. Put your attention back on your purpose, and focus on all that you have to unlock and unleash in the earth. Another thing that we were given early in the year, we started off the year running, so we got to keep on running, right? In the beginning of the year, the Gathering of Ladies did this thing where Lady Nakira gave us these the jars where we would kind of track all of the stuff that we would do for ourselves, right? The things that would help us in our mental health. But if you have those jars, or if you don't have a mason jar or just any kind of jar, what I would suggest you do as well is to, in order to keep yourself accountable, document each step that you have made as far as keeping focus. What I sent this email out, put it in the jar. I reached out to this person, put it in the jar. I started the first page of my book, put it in the jar. And at the end of 2020, instead of remembering this year as being one that where it's like, oh my God, it was so crazy, you'll remember it as all of the things, all of the steps I took to be a better me, and all of the steps I took to remain focused and centered in a place where the world is crying and is burning, right? Where it seems like everything is crashing. I stayed focused. So, and the reality also is that a lot of times it's hard to stay focused because it's the fear of the unknown. We don't know what tomorrow's going to be, so it's so easy to just sit back and be like, well, I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like, and there's a chance that this might get shut down again or whatever, but you can't think like that. It's all about perception. Live today as if, tomorrow is going to be another great day. Just as quick as COVID got here, as quick as it can go. But don't let that be your main focus. Don't focus so much on the pandemic of the matter. Focus on what you're going to accomplish coming out of this and who you're going to become. So confront the fear of the unknown dead in its face and look it straight in the eye and face it and kill it, okay? Kill it with your focus. Stay attentive. Be committed to your own success. Be committed to seeing you thrive out of here. Confront the unknown, and I promise you'll succeed. So today's topic, again, is very simple. It's just about being focused and just making sure that you're centered in all that you want to do, and picking up the things that you may have forgotten, and just picking them up and actually doing something about everything that has everything that you have had in your heart to do, right? I don't subscribe to the idea that 2020 has been canceled, and every time I see it, it really just bothers me, because when you say that 2020 is canceled, you have completely canceled every opportunity for a miracle to happen. You have canceled God pretty much. Don't do that. 2020 came with surprises, but the reality is, what am I doing with those surprises? I'm going to turn it around and make it for my good, right? I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to make things happen with it. So it's all about how you do it, and just stay focused. Keep focused. Keep on going. Don't stop where it feels like it's chaotic. Just keep going. Keep your eyes set on the prize, right? And that's my spiel for the day. Just keep focused. No distractions. We got this, right? So that concludes today's series 4 of HERversation. And if you're not already following A Woman's Voice via YouTube, or A Woman's Voice Matters on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, be sure to follow and share this page. It's a wonderful platform. And I'm sure others will be blessed by what is offered on this page as well. And next week, Tashia is coming to the stage with series 5, and I know she's going to just knock it out the park. So be sure to be here next week, 4 o'clock. And until then, I will see you later. See you guys.